Today on Dr. Phil, Khalood returns.
One of these people walked away from the family. Who do you think it is?
A bombshell big change.
Dr. Phil, I want to show you what I did to Fallon's wedding pictures.
But one thing hasn't changed.
Khalood, can I intervene here for a second?
Go ahead, but it's not going to help.
Khalood's attitude.
You told me that if he was gone, that a hush would fall over your life.
Thank God.
He's gone and you're still yapping. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
I hate to see people suffering, and you've hurt long enough.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
Ready, free, take.
I'm going to get you the help that you need. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Go, Dr. Phil.
To tell you that my Twitter page is blowing up today. Canceled my hair appointment because Hot Mess Khalood is a must-see. Talked Across tweeted at Dr. Phil, God help us all. Out comes my Klonopin for this show. AK41 tweeted, at Dr. Phil, just deleted my mom's scheduled recordings. At Khalood, returning to your show trumps everything else. Sorry, Mom. Now, if you haven't guessed it by now, she's back. One of our most controversial mother-in-laws of all time is here today, and it is no surprise that viewers are chomping at the bit to give her a piece of their mind. Khalood first caught viewers' attention 3 years ago when she called her own son-in-law a dumbass on national television. She even had it in her phone, which I looked at. She spelled it wrong. But it was in there. Viewers have already been tweeting up a storm, and some will even participate in studio today via Polycom. If you also want to join the discussion, you can tweet me at Dr. Phil, #Khalood. God, is that what it's come to? Before I bring her out here, let me catch you up on where we left off with Khalood and her clan. Take a look.
At least I speak up.
Well, yes, you do.
And there's a lot of people who want to, but they don't have the to say it.
Honest to God, seriously, do you think I don't know how to conduct an interview?
No, I know you do.
Okay, then let me do it, because you may
Just
think...
get to the point. She's not showing respect in my home. She's getting heavy because she's not doing anything.
Shut your stupid mouth for 5 minutes.
I wouldn't have to control anything if they show respect.
I think you would argue with a statue.
Nope.
Khalood is arrogant, ignorant, loudmouth, no filter, thoughtless, heartless, careless, compassionateless. She's just ruthless.
My daughter deserves better. Why should she be the breadwinner? I think he's a dumbass. He's a loser. He is what he is.
Actually have him programmed into your cell phone.
Sure it is. Yep, because that's what he is.
You did spell it wrong, by the way.
I know. My husband and I have been married for 31 years. Because of all this stress and the situation, we're actually living totally apart.
God, help me. Just help me.
Since I have been on Dr. Phil's show, I have won. I have control of everything. Val and Steven are moving in my house today to be under my roof.
Well, you actually got them to move back into your house.
In my house.
My mom promised that she would respect my husband.
If I could keep an eye on that dumbass. I'm very excited.
She promised that she would not interfere with our marriage, and she would give us our space.
Fallon and Steven do not contribute anything.
Is the plan that y'all are going to continue to live with her?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
My husband and I bought them a townhouse to get them out of here, and guess what? They're living here still. Honestly, I wish and hope that one day you could come there and just live 24 hours.
If they gave me a choice and said you can go spend 24 hours in that home, or you can get in a phone booth with an alligator and sandpaper its ass.
No, you'd be with me.
I would be in the phone booth. I never got to sandpaper that alligator's ass, but I did fly to Detroit, Michigan, and paid them all a house call. This was a door knock I will never forget. I cannot believe I'm actually driving down Khalood's street.
Stop! Right here, Dr. Phil! Right here!
Yes, Susie.
What the hell?
I think if we unscrewed the top of your head and looked in, it would scare the out of everybody. They go, holy guacamole.
Khalood and I argue a lot. We argue a lot.
And you started, not me.
Well, because they shouldn't be living here. And no matter
But they're
what
your kids.
It's very clear to me, you are addicted to the drama. You are addicted.
God.
If you didn't have this to complain about, I think you would be bored to death.
You're all getting on my nerves because they're living like filth in my home. No, honestly, they're driving me nuts. Seriously, they are driving me
nuts. You think it's crazy to you? You should see it from my point of view.
That's
I'm
why I
sitting
wanted
at
you to come.
Khalood's dinner table with 3 dogs and this bunch trying to tell me that you want them to leave and you don't. Listen,
I don't
I
break
expected to come in here and find blood splattered all over half the walls. I don't know how you people don't kill each other. You need to get out of here. You need to make the break. Move out. Go get on your own. You're 27. You don't want to move. You don't want them to move. I rest my case.
I've got an idea. You and Steve are not allowed here for 1 month.
Jerry, you have actually a really good idea. You guys should go to the townhouse for a month.
And I'm going to have this house immaculate and
That's
everything.
right. It'll be clean.
Okay.
And I want a video of the clean house. I want to see it clean. You cannot mother them for 30 days. You want the audience to know that it's not you that's creating all this drama. It's not you that creates all this. Now they're going to know. Because if you break the deal in the next 30 days, everybody in America is going to know you
Are the problem.
are the problem.
No, I know I'm not the problem.
I admit they live
And
like
I want
pigs.
the audience to apologize to me because I'm not the mean
to
person.
apologize
Yes,
to you?
because they all call me names. I'm not a good mom and this and that.
You got something to prove over the
I'm
next
gonna
30
prove
days.
it.
Well, since then, one of these 4 people walked away from the family. Who do you think it is? Well, it's an unexpected update that may throw some viewers for a loop. Take a look.
Things got worse since Dr. Phil showed up here at the house, and I'm not happy about it. Fallon and Stephen moved out right after Dr. Phil told them to move in November. Now, Fallon has gotten really bad, and her marriage failed. I feel I'm always at odds with Fallon, and she's gone downhill. The way she's starting to look, the dress, not eating right. She's living in her own condo. She's always alone. She's always sleeping. I'm not surprised one bit that Stephen and Fallon's marriage failed. Didn't even make it 2 years to the marriage, for God's sake. So, yeah, he's a mistake. So, Dr. Phil, I want to show you what I did to Fallon's wedding pictures. I took all the wedding pictures down of him and Fallon. I did that to all the pictures of dumbass. The devil's gone. When I found out that Fallon and Stephen were getting divorced, I was happy. I'm finally getting rid of his dumbass. If she had just listened to us, this would never happened. Honestly, that was the worst mistake of her life.
A lot has changed since I last saw Khalood, but one thing that has not changed is her attitude. She still has a bone to pick with me. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Well, if she puts me in her phone, I hope she spells it right, whatever it is. We'll talk to her when we come back. Do you talk to the viewers on the message boards?
They piss me off, I will.
What's the worst thing you've said to a viewer?
And later,
Bring Khalood back out, please.
The reason I have to go to her house?
Would you wait till you at least get up
I just want to
here
let you know,
before you
the reason
start
I go to
arguing?
her house is because she doesn't text her mother back
The
or call her
reason
to let me know that she was okay.
No.
People are very wrong about me. Like, I'm a bitch, I'm overbearing, I'm overprotective, I'm nosy. No, I'm none of those. I just want to make sure my daughter's okay.
Well, I said my Twitter account was blowing up during this show. During the break, BGirl081 tweeted the most aggressive, overbearing, infuriating person I've ever seen. I'm sure Khalood will have something to say about that when she joins us. Remember, you can also join the conversation by tweeting me at Dr. Phil, #Khalood. But first, let's hear her gripes about me. I can't wait.
I have a big bone to pick with Dr. Phil. He promised to help us in 30 days. I waited for Dr. Phil to call me after the 30 days. He never did. Fallon needed help. So I start texting the producers. Every time something happens to me with Steven, or if he said something, so instead of me hurting him, I was texting and writing and calling the producers because I didn't want to end up in jail.
What do you mean you're right and I'm wrong?
Just what I said. You didn't keep your word. You didn't keep your word when you said 30 days, and we really needed you at that point with my daughter.
You didn't do the 30-day plan.
Yeah, we did.
No,
we did more than 30 days, Dr.
No, let's take a look at what I said about the 30-day plan. Take a look. You guys should go to the townhouse for a month. Seriously, do not sleep here for a month. Don't bathe here, don't shower here. Right? Do it for 30 days.
Can they eat here at least?
No.
Just do that. God.
You cannot feed them for 30 days. You cannot do their laundry for 30 days. You cannot mother them for 30 days.
Okay, we're gonna try it, and I'm gonna have this house immaculate and
That's
everything.
Right. It'll be clean.
Okay.
I want a video of the clean house. I want to see it clean.
For once.
Admit what?
Everybody makes mistakes.
Who?
You made a mistake.
Oh,
okay?
I admit that.
Just be a big boy and say it. I know when I make a mistake, I say I made a mistake. Well, I didn't make a mistake in this one. I was right.
What mistake have you made?
The only mistake I made is that the dumbass and Fallon, we threw a big wedding, and I didn't want to do that because I knew that she's going to end up divorced. I said it all along. I didn't like him or his family.
You wanted that to happen.
Well, because I was right. He is a dumbass. He's a loser. He didn't keep his words.
How do you know that their relationship wouldn't have worked if you had butted out of it and left them there? They shouldn't have never. They should have never moved in with you.
You're not in my shoes. You don't know what was going on.
I told you you shouldn't have them move back to your house, and you said it was the biggest coup ever. You got them to move into your house. You were cheering on camera.
Right,
I got him to move back in.
I knew what kind of person he was.
Do you talk to the viewers on the message boards?
Oh, they piss me off. I will.
What's the worst thing you've said to a viewer?
There's a lot.
I got a beep button. Go ahead. What's the worst thing you've said to a viewer?
You're not living in my shoes.
Well,
or I can't remember, but there was a lot of
I wanted the viewers to participate today.
Oh,
we have a viewer, Jennifer, who tweeted, Khalood needs to take binoculars off of her family and turn them on herself. Says you need to take the binoculars off your family and turn them on yourself.
Nope, I have no issues. I have no problems. I have no issues. I'm fine. I have nothing.
Well,
I'm perfect.
Okay, flip Jennifer up on Polly. I want to see this tweeter.
First of all, does she have a daughter? Only one daughter?
She can hear you, and she can see you.
Jennifer, do you have one daughter, or how many kids do you have, or even if you have kids?
I have kids. And the fact that you never make a mistake says something.
No, you have an issue. You might have a lot of mistakes and issues, but I don't.
Okay, now
I have one daughter I live with, and he is a dumbass and always will be, and I seen through it, and Dr. Phil didn't. And none of the audience are seeing that. I don't understand that. Seriously, I don't understand that.
How do you know that she's an idiot? You just met her.
Because she's saying stupid things. She doesn't even know me. So what am I doing wrong?
Well, you know what? You're a pretty lady, and I think that you just express yourself in a negative light, and you need to turn the binoculars on yourself and take a look at what's going on the inside.
I don't care what people think of me. I don't care how they feel about me. I know how I feel about myself. I'm a very positive person. I say it like it is. I have one daughter, and I live with her and the dumbass.
Is there anyone she could have brought home that you would have been happy with?
Yeah, just somebody with a job. I don't care if he was a trash man. I have respect for everybody. Well,
you disrespected me after
okay, and I apologize. I'm a bigger person. I apologize. I'm just upset because all these people are thinking that I'm really a bad person, and I'm not a bad person.
All right, well, let's take a break. Fallon wrote me a heartfelt letter in the summer and wants to talk to me alone.
But don't believe everything. Because I have to be here, and I'll tell you everything, honest to God.
You can watch. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Since the last time we were in the show, things have definitely gotten worse. Steve and I did separate. Steve wasn't willing to work it out. He told me I needed to figure out how to work it out. It was all on me.
And later.
Your girlfriends and everybody else, you text them right back. Don't tell me no because I watch Facebook. She calls every... No.
Khalood. Irene. Betty, do you answer to anything?
Nope. I'm very concerned about Fallon. I drive by her house 2 to 3 times a week. What I do is I wait there to make sure she pulls up or something. If I have to sit 2 hours, I will sit 2 hours in my car just to make sure she's okay.
Okay, you just saw self-admitted monster-in-law, Khalood, staking out her daughter Fallon's condo. She's staking it out. Now, I have asked Khalood to step off stage so I can speak to Fallon alone. Khalood's daughter says she experienced huge life-changing events in the last year and a half. Take a look.
Since the last time we were in the show, things have definitely gotten worse.
Surprise!
Steve and I moved out the weekend that Dr. Phil had visited us. We officially moved into the townhouse. Steve and I were trying to make the house a home for ourselves and tried being married and being our own. And it was just kind of more real life, and it was hard. My mom would break the 30-day agreement by coming to the house when I wasn't here. Since the 30-day period, Steve and I did separate. Right now, waiting for a court date for the divorce. My primary issue with Steve was that he didn't want to spend the time with me that I wanted. We would argue a lot about how much time we spent together. Steve wasn't willing to work it out. When Steve and I separated, I needed to be away from everyone. I was definitely shutting my parents out. My mom still would send me messages that she was going to go to the hospital because she was so stressed out and her asthma was getting bad. She would try to guilt trip me into talking to her by saying that her health was at risk, or she would come to the house and I would hear her and I wouldn't let her in. She'd be knocking on the doors and the dog would go nuts or something, and I still would just ignore her. I needed to be alone.
If separating from her husband wasn't hard enough, Fallon also found out that her dream of having children is just not in the cards. Take a look.
The whole IVF process is a very invasive process. It's not natural and it's very expensive. It was very lonely for me. I would leave my doctor's appointments and I would cry on my way to work. I had always envisioned being a family and raising children. I think if Steve and I were able to conceive our own child, we would still be together. After the IVF failed, I decided I didn't want to go again. I didn't even go for a follow-up appointment because I knew my body and I knew I didn't want to put my body through this again. Steve was very disappointed that I gave up. I'm still dealing with the fact that I can't have my own. It sucks because since I was like 18, that's all I wanted was to be able to have my own. And I may never be a mom.
And I want to share with all of you and you at home some of the excerpts from Fallon's original email that she sent to me this summer. That's okay with you
Absolutely.
now, right? She said, Dr. Phil, this is Fallon, crazy Khalood's daughter. Steve and I are separated. He moved out almost 3 weeks ago. I've come to the conclusion that I will never harbor another living human being now. My whole life has changed. A lot of my issues were created by the way my mother has raised and treated me. She's controlling, intrusive, doesn't know boundaries, overbearing. I am turning into my mother. I am writing to you because I really do want help. Mm-hmm. When you say you will never harbor another human being in your life, tell me what your thoughts and feelings were as you wrote that.
I don't want to cry. It's just the realization that, like, I won't be able to bear my own child. I won't be able to carry my baby for 9 months and then one day look into their eyes and see my own eyes. It's just a reality that I had to come to. So.
I'm very sorry about that because I know that that was something that is important to you, and I know that you will have children in your life and
one day
you'll love them.
Adoption's never out of the,
Yeah, I mean, you'll love them the same. You say you are becoming your mother. How is that?
When Steve and I separated, I went through that dark period where I was doing a lot of self-reflection on what I did wrong in the marriage. And I do think that I was controlling. I was trying to control his time to be with me.
Well, Fallon says that her mother calls her sometimes 20 times a day, and she does not return her calls. But her mother is here, and she's been watching this backstage. We're going to bring her back out here next. We're going to talk about where this relationship is headed. you go to house is because you don't respect boundaries.
No, I respect
The reason you
boundaries.
go
I
to
have
house is
one
because
daughter.
you're sneaking around
She
bugging
doesn't
your
call
daughter.
me. If she
You're like the
called me,
crazy
I would
stalker
back out.
woman.
Nope.
And later,
Do you even know what that means?
Well, now I do. What does it mean?
What does
You
it mean?
put your head in the
Did
booth.
not know what that
I don't know.
So you've never been motorboated?
If she did, she didn't know what the hell it was.
Fallon says her mom is intrusive and she wants her to respect her boundaries and stop coming to her house uninvited. Well, Khalood has her own plans about this. You need to watch this real close.
Look what I have. Fallon's house key. I kind of made a copy without her knowing about it. I go there about twice to 3 times a week just to make sure my daughter's okay. I'm sure she knows that I'm there. I mean, I gotta let the dog out, nobody else does. Because she's never home. She's either at work, school, or bar hopping or something. Oh, I got it. I see poop here, I pick it up. So anyway, I have before and after pictures. Still a mess. But I help Steven clean all this, okay? And put all this out. That's what I do all the time to make sure he's clean and everything else. She'd rather be outside, having a good time, drinking, not being with her family, not doing what she's supposed to do. I think that's bad. Really? This. That's not his family. This is her bedroom. It's nice and neat after dumbass left. I'm gonna tell you something. Her house is so much nicer and neater and cleaner, right? This is dumbass's mess in his room, Dr. Phil. Okay, you've seen Fallon's, right? This is what, you can't even open this door. This is what kind of a mess, I'm telling you, he was. Fallon threw everything, all his junk, out of this window. Everything. I like that, actually. I don't nosy around. I don't do any of that. I don't snoop around. Wine bottles, 2 empty ones, so Dr. Phil could see this. I opened the fridge. I thought I'd see food, but instead, liquor. Liquor, liquor everywhere. And I'm taking pictures for you, Dr. Phil. What the hell is this? Empty. Look. So, Dr. Phil, do you think she needs help? See, he's hungry. That's why he's eating so fast. I worry about him. That's why I come here mostly, because Fallon's an adult, but I really worry about him. I don't have grandkids, but I have grand dogs.
Yeah, that dog really looks underfed. Bring Khalood back out, please.
Everything I've done so you could see that, so it wasn't my fault. And the reason I have to go to her house.
Will you wait till you at least get up here?
I just want to let you know,
before you
the reason
start
I go to
arguing?
her house is because she doesn't text her mother back or
The
call her
reason,
to let me know that she was okay.
No.
Otherwise, I wouldn't make the trips.
I want to correct some of your sentences as you say them. That's the only way to do it. You said the reason I go to her house is because, blah, 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 blah. The reason you go to her house is because you don't respect boundaries.
No, I respect
The reason you go to her house is because you're
daughter.
sneaking around
She
bugging
doesn't
your
call
daughter.
me. If she
You're like the
called
crazy
me, I would
stalker
back out.
woman.
Nope. If she would have texted me one time or called me, I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't have issues.
You don't call or text one time. You call like
because
10
you don't
times.
answer me back.
I can't help it if I'm at work or
oh,
at
but
a
you
movie.
could go to the movie, but your girlfriends and everybody else, you text them right back. Don't tell me no because I watch Facebook. And you're always, I don't care. Within a minute, she calls every, no.
Khalood, Irene, Betty, do you answer to anything?
Nope.
Khalood, let me tell you something. I have stalkers on the police watch list.
I'm not a stalker.
That don't bug me as much as you bug her.
No. If she would have called me or said, Mom, I'm okay, I'm doing, that's all. She doesn't have to talk to me.
I don't have to tell you
I understand what you're going through.
Every day.
But I'm the one who warned you about the dumbass.
Talk to you every day?
She doesn't want to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to her every day. I just want to make sure she's okay.
You cannot.
No, you're lying. You're lying, not me.
You cannot go like 10 minutes without talking.
Because you're not texting me back or calling me back.
Do I have to call you?
She's never with family. She's disconnected herself. Because of the dumbass. She was close to me,
He's
my
gone.
family.
You told me at one point that if he was gone, that a hush would fall over your life, that there would be peace, that there would be tranquility across the land.
Nope.
He's gone and you're still yapping.
Well, I have to worry about the dog. I have to worry about. I wish you guys know. Do you like animals? Do you want to see the animal not getting fed,
Mom,
not being
dogs
spending
are
time?
taken good
Even
care
because
of.
they don't speak. The animals can't speak.
No crap, they can't speak.
You went downhill.
Really? Was my place look nice?
Okay,
Now it does.
I'm just
but look
reading.
at that one room he left you.
I'm just reading some of the, so you get feedback from. I'm just reading some of the tweets that are coming in live right now. Jack Blackwell Yale said, "If Khalood was my mother, I'd drink too, and I'm not a drinker." What the heck, Khalood? You made a copy of her house key? They're outraged.
She doesn't know how
Mama
to live
drama.
her life. If she knew how to live her life, Dr. Phil, she wouldn't have married the dumbass.
Hold it. These are Khalood's complaints about you. Never listened to her parents when they told her not to marry the dumbass. Doesn't call or text her mom when she reaches out to her.
all.
Rude,
One text,
sarcastic,
one call.
doesn't treat Khalood like her mom. Currently dating Khalood, afraid she will pick another loser.
You guys gotta agree
Still
with me
has
after
pictures of
seeing this.
Dumbass and his family in her home. Keeps in touch with Dumbass and his family and friends. Doesn't spend enough time with her only 3 grandparents, goddaughter, or brother. Doesn't spend enough time with the dogs.
You don't. Don't
Drinking
say
too
you're
much and
surprised,
eating
'cause it's not
fast food
surprise.
only. Doesn't eat what mom makes and takes to her home. It just gets
The
old.
mold, it turns to
Post
mold.
her entire life
But
on
she says, "I want
Facebook.
it."
God, I'm glad that list is over.
She wants me to cook
All
and
right.
she doesn't eat.
Jerry,
Why
the
would you
father,
lie?
says he is the mediator in this brewing battle between his wife and daughter. Find out why he believes both of them need to just chill out.
Oh my God.
Khalood keeps on trying to butt into Fallon's life, trying to tell her what to do, and she's just not letting her be the adult that she really is. Now, relationship between my daughter and my wife is gone into a death spiral.
I'm very worried that Fallon made me think about going back to Steve. I'm really concerned about that. And it'll be over my dead body if she does. Yeah, either going to be in prison or have a heart attack.
Jerry says his wife Khalood constantly accuses him of not caring about their daughter Fallon.
It's true.
But he just has a different philosophy on how to handle her. Take a look.
Oh, jeez.
In each of the past episodes on Dr. Phil, we've gotten progressively better as a family. But now, relationship between my daughter and my wife is gone into a death spiral. And it's really sad. Khalood keeps on trying to butt into Fallon's life, trying to tell her what to do, and she's just not letting her be the adult that she really is. I'm not comfortable at all forcing my opinions or my thoughts or what I believe is the best thing on my daughter. I'll try to reinforce if I think it's really important, but in the end, she has to make her own decisions, and I just need to be there to help her if she needs it. Khalood constantly barrages Fallon with phone calls, with texts, with emails. Khalood needs to give Fallon her space.
In the last month, I've been living the single life. I've been going out a lot.
It is too soon for Fallon to date. There's no reason for her to rush.
I am being much more picky with dating than I was in the past.
She picked one loser. I'm afraid she's gonna do the same again.
With online dating, you can be a lot pickier. I'm just meeting the guy. It's not saying I'm gonna go and marry him. I told her that I was not gonna tell her about any more dates because I didn't want to hear her opinion.
I heard through the Facebook that she's dating. I'm very, very concerned. Jerry, come here. This is where I hate Facebook.
What the hell is that?
What's he looking at?
I'm so annoyed with my mom right now because in today's world, everything is internet. I can't avoid it. If I avoid it, I'm not gonna meet anybody.
Who the hell is it?
I don't know. It says, "Why have you been missing from my life?" See what he's looking at? Boobs. He wants to motorboat them. What the hell is that?
It's crazy what you can do now to find a person online.
I'm disappointed in her.
It really bothers me that my mom doesn't trust my instincts or my judgment on the people that I let enter my life. Back in her day, I'm sure her mom and father weren't happy about her meeting a guy at the bar.
What was she saying on Facebook that you think's so terrible?
Letting a guy look at her boobs, say motorboat, whatever the hell it is.
You're
it is
saying it
bad.
didn't
I would
happen.
never let
It didn't
people
happen.
look at.
He
Look at
didn't.
the picture.
Okay,
He
here's a
didn't-
picture of a guy of my friend. Was funny. He was looking at my boobs, and then my mom goes, "Why is he looking at your boobs?" On Facebook, and I go, "He
So
said he
what?
wanted to motorboat me as a joke," and she like lost it.
But why would you say that? Why
Do you-
would you say
do you
that?
even know what that
Well,
means?
now I do.
What does it mean?
What does it
You
mean?
put your head
She
in the
did
boobs.
not know what that meant.
I don't know. Hell if I know. It doesn't sound right.
So you've
But there's no reason for that.
never been motorboated.
I know.
Come on, Jerry.
If she did, she didn't know what the hell it was.
Okay. How are you two getting along?
Fine.
Actually, since the 30 days, and by the way, just to make the record straight, for the 30 days, we actually did fully follow 30 days. The stuff you're talking about happened
No, we did, Fallon. Don't say no.
after
You're a
the
liar.
separation where
Nope.
she started really checking up on her and worrying about her.
So the 30 days of letting her be
You're drunk, you don't
completely
even know if
independent,
somebody's raping you or
you let her do it, right? You just 30 days you didn't have anything to do with her.
No.
Right? You didn't leave food on her doorstep.
No, I did not.
No, it's in my fridge.
No, I did not.
Wait, she's got you on a technicality because she didn't see her.
Nope, I
Did,
didn't.
We
but
didn't
did you go
see
in and put
each
food in your
Yes.
refrigerator?
There'd be cans missing because my mom would take the cans of like pop cans and leave me change.
Well, because she's got bags like this.
I didn't have
What I do
bags
is
like this.
Yes, you
No,
do.
I didn't.
All beer.
Those are my friends' beer.
So
now.
during that 30
It's
days,
still
you were
there.
using that key and going into her house and collecting
I
cans?
take care of the, no.
Yes.
I'm
Yep.
cleaning.
Yep.
I'm cleaning. I'm making sure the dog is okay. I'm making sure she's got food in her fridge.
Wasn't the plan for her to live independently
Okay,
on
but at
her
least
own?
call your mother once a week or once a couple of
Once
weeks.
a week? I
No
can't go
buts
once
about
a
it.
week.
You did
Yeah.
not. You did not.
All the time.
You did not.
I know, you call me.
Not even a text back.
Why would I text you?
Just tell me you're okay, for God's sake.
I'm okay. If I was okay an hour ago, I'm okay an hour
But
later.
you don't tell me that. You didn't tell me that.
No.
She could go a month without talking to
I
me.
was in a movie theater and I had like 8 missed calls,
Like
6
I said,
text
I
messages.
see it on Facebook. I know what she does. But you could go on
I didn't
this.
check
I'm
it.
checking
I
on
didn't
the
check it on
Can I
Facebook.
intervene here for a second?
Go ahead, but it's not going to help because you still haven't said sorry.
I haven't said sorry about what?
Because you made a mistake and just admit it for once.
made a
I just
mistake
admitted
about
to that
what?
girl and said sorry. Just because you didn't come and check on us the 30 days that you promised
You
us.
didn't do the. First off, I did not tell you I was coming back after 30 days. I have it on tape. You didn't honor the 30
Yes,
days.
I did.
You
I didn't see
did
her.
not.
I didn't see her.
There's something I
Okay.
want.
We used to
I want
be
Fallon to
close.
hear when we come back. We'll be right back.
We used to be close. Fallon doesn't treat me like a mom. She doesn't answer my calls. She doesn't return texts. She doesn't return messages. Nothing. My communication with Fallon, I don't have any. He's just completely taken her down. Oh, God, I said I'm not going to cry. Because what you didn't listen to us, and I hate that dumbass.
You just said you hate
and
me?
I swear to God, if I ever see him and don't edit this, I will run his ass off. Because I hate him that
geez.
much. And don't edit that.
Anyway.
Will you let me talk to her for a
Go
second?
ahead.
Without butting in?
I'm going to not promise, but I'm going to try.
There's one question that you would like to ask me. What is it?
So, since I'm dating, I don't know how to introduce a guy to her.
And don't introduce him to me.
I don't know how
because
to.
I don't want to see him.
I don't know how. Like,
Nope.
I really am afraid of ever bringing a guy home.
Because all you do is
Mom,
be
shut
losers.
up.
No, don't
This
say.
is my point.
Do
I
not
can't.
say shut up.
You're not trying.
But I'm just telling you, she's.
Okay, go
It's
ahead.
just I want to find, someone eventually, and I
a
feel
bar?
emotionally ready. Mom, stop it.
All right. I'm going to answer her question, and I'm going to give you some advice. Do you want my advice, or you just
Well,
want
it
to talk
depends
to
if
her?
it's right or not, because you still haven't apologized.
We asked the viewers on Twitter the following question: should I apologize to Khalood? The results?
Unbelievable. After what she went through and I was right, and you guys both were wrong, and you knew I was right, I still don't get an apology.
What were
Something's
you
wrong.
right about?
You guys are both wrong about the dumbass.
So does that mean you don't want my advice?
I do want your advice. I wouldn't be here. But it's not helping. She's still the same
You haven't
person.
heard it yet.
Okay, go ahead.
You want a connection with your daughter.
Yeah.
You want to have reassurance that she's okay. And if she starts a new relationship, you're going to look with great interest to see whether or not she's kind of following a pattern or if she's setting a high standard.
She's
because you want the best for her.
That's all I've been asking
Right?
for.
And that is all reasonable. Any mother would want that. Any father would want that. Now, here's the advice. What you want is right and reasonable. The way you go about trying to get it is self-destructive.
If she
Your
doesn't
idea,
answer
listen,
me,
I'm
what do you wanna
talking, you're
do?
listening.
Okay.
If you're so smart, how come this relationship is so in the ditch? You should consider changing something. You could,
I did.
If you
I mean, for
want a
30 days,
different
what do you want me
result,
to do?
choose a different behavior.
Okay, so I should not make sure the dog is
Don't be
taken care of,
sarcastic
make
and
sure-
condescending.
No, but I'm just saying.
Don't be sarcastic
I'm just saying,
and
I'm just saying
condescending.
what you're asking
No,
me.
you're setting up a
So I
paper
shouldn't be
tiger and tearing it
calling her
down.
For a month. I don't know if she's dead. She's
That's a
drunk on the
paper
street.
tiger. You're setting
Do you
up a
read the news?
ridiculous.
Dr. Phil, I'm sure you read the news.
You're setting up a
I'm
ridiculous
sure you read the news,
example.
you watch the news.
You
All
either-
these girls are missing, guys are missing.
Khalood, you either want to be happy or you want to be right, and those aren't
I
always
want
the same
both,
thing.
because I know I'm right.
But they're
and I'm
not always the same thing. You can set up an extreme example. Okay, so I'm not supposed to call her for a month. No.
What do you want me to do? My only daughter.
I'll tell you if you'll just listen.
Okay.
I want you to allow her to contact you. I want you to...
She's not doing it. I'm telling you, Dr. Phil.
Okay.
I know her.
Talk to me. I'll listen to you.
Oh my God, oh my God, all these
Mom,
people.
he's talking.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Unless
They don't
it's-
even know. But go ahead.
Okay, you didn't want to talk to me. At least
I'm
let me talk
listening,
to
though.
her.
I'm listening, and I respect
Okay.
it. But I know my daughter. She won't do it.
Okay. Your question was, I'm scared to bring anybody home.
She should be.
You should be. We agree. We agree on
we
that.
agree on that.
We agree on
because
that
all she does is bring losers.
Because right now,
And all that wedding money.
your
oh my
mother
God.
is seeing things in a really dysfunctional way, and she would find fault with him unless she picked him.
No,
So
that's
here's
not
the
true.
here's the point.
It's not true.
What,
Don't clap
what,
because
what
it's
you
not
need
true.
to understand
Don't clap.
is that you
Acting
need
like
to
a
be independent, and you need to understand that her getting information about your life is a privilege. It's not a responsibility. If you have a caring heart, and you do, then you will recognize that despite the fact that I disagree with just about every single thing she does, I actually see past all of that and recognize that she is a very loving and caring woman and
Thank
truly
you.
wants the best for you.
Thank you.
She really is. She just doesn't have an edit button. She doesn't know how to pump the brake on her mouth.
I just
But
tell her like
I
it is.
tried.
No, she doesn't
Listen,
try.
Okay.
She's
I went
lying.
on one date. I went.
It's too close to the divorce. She's not even divorced.
let me-
you guys
let
even
me
know
finish.
that? She's not even
Let me
divorced.
finish.
They're legally
Talk to
separated.
me.
So?
Let her talk to them.
Who said so? A young girl?
If you've decided that
You're
you want to
single,
start
right?
dating,
Divorced?
then start dating. Absolutely, you should do that. You're
And don't
28.
talk.
You can do that if you want to. What I would hope is that you would do an autopsy on this last relationship that has died and say, okay, what went wrong here? What did I do that I can do better?
Yeah.
Because that will inform what I do in the future. And right now, if you're dating someone, you shouldn't take them home until this settles down. And you're not
You
ready to
shouldn't
be
be dating
taking somebody
anyone.
home to meet mama anyway.
No. And she shouldn't be dating.
All right,
because
next,
she's
we're going to
divorced, not
talk to
even
some of our
final.
tweeters who say they can't wait to face off with
Okay.
Khalood. Every time Khalood appears on the show, viewers go to the message boards on drphil.com to voice their opinions. This time, viewers have gotten to talk and tweet to Khalood live.
Kathy, I can handle the truth.
Here's what Libby tweeted. I wonder if #Khalood will ever start thinking more like a mom and less like a kid who needs all the
That's
attention.
what's wrong with this world. Their parents are not like
So, Libby, are you there?
I'm here, Dr. Phil.
What'd you want to say to Khalood?
Okay, so Khalood, aren't you so tired? Aren't you just so tired of trying to control everything?
Libby, not to disrespect you, but I'm not controlling anything. Nope, I'm not. I just want my daughter to be happy because she picked loser after loser after loser. She doesn't tell you that dating was, every guy she brought was a
Okay,
loser.
let her.
She married. What?
Okay, she's 28 years old.
It doesn't matter. That's not
Okay.
right. No, that's not right. That is not right, Libby.
All right, it looks like Rodney sides with Khalood. He tweeted, Dear Khalood, please tell me tomorrow you will dismiss the drama that is Fallon.
Thank you. But I can't do
Really,
that, my only
Rodney,
daughter.
what are you saying?
I'm saying that, come on, Fallon's old enough to be responsible for herself. She's got a mother that cares about her, loves her, obviously. Look what
Thank
she's
you.
doing. She's going out of her way to show how much she cares about her, and this is the thing she gets. She gets just
Oh
mauled
my
on
God,
national
you guys are saying, oh, but
by her
somebody's
daughter.
agreeing with me? Are you kidding me?
I
Thank
gotta
you.
go. I want to thank all of my guests today and all the viewers who
Unbelievable.
live tweeted today. To learn how to join upcoming shows live in studio, log on to drphil.com.
Didn't get anywhere.
Gee, I wonder why. Goodbye. You're not going to do it if you talk all the time and don't listen. All right, Sherry.